What is the value of the expression 5 squared minus open parenthesis 64 divided by 8 times 2 close parenthesis, then divided by 2 squared? Which option do you think is the correct answer to this question? This expression seems very simple, but it tricks almost everyone. Let's go step by step and solve it together. At the beginning, many people go straight to the expression inside the parentheses because they believe parentheses have a higher priority than the other operations. And they immediately perform the multiplication between 8 and 2 because they think multiplication has a higher priority than division. So, they simplify this expression and write it as 5 squared minus 64 divided by 16 inside the parentheses, then divided by 2 squared. And the next step, they move on to the division between 64 and 16 and replace this expression with 5 squared minus 4 divided by 2 squared. Then, they go to the exponents and simplify this expression to 25 minus 4 divided by 4. And the final step, they go for the division between 4 and 4 because they believe division has a higher priority than subtraction. So, they rewrite this expression as 25 minus 1, which finally gives them the answer 24. Then, they quickly say that option C is the correct answer to this question. However, that's definitely wrong. Also, some other people when solving this question first go straight to the expression 5 squared and simplify this expression to 25 minus 64 divided by 8 times 2 inside the parentheses, then divided by 2 squared. And the next step, they focus on the expression inside the parentheses and solve the division between 64 and 8. So, they rewrite this expression to 25 minus 8 times 2 inside the parentheses, then divided by 2 squared. Then, they perform the multiplication between 8 and 2 inside the parentheses and write this expression as 25 minus 16 divided by 2 squared. Next, they perform the subtraction between 25 and 16 and simplify this expression to 9 divided by 2 squared. And the final step, they handle the exponent and write this expression as 9 divided by 4, which ultimately gives them the answer 2.25. And immediately, they conclude that option A is the correct answer to this question. However, this answer is absolutely wrong. Alright, now let me walk you through a step by step how to solve this expression properly. To solve this question, we must follow the PEMDAS rule. And this rule, P stands for parentheses, E stands for exponent, M stands for multiplication, D stands for division, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. It means that we need to perform all the operations step by step in order from top to bottom. Okay, as you can see in the image, in this expression, first we have an exponent, then a subtraction sign, followed by parentheses, then a division sign, and finally another exponent. According to the PEMDAS rule, first we should start with the parentheses, because parentheses have the highest priority over all other operations. And inside the parentheses, first we have a division sign and then a multiplication sign. It's very important to note that multiplication and division have exactly the same level of priority. In this situation, we must start from the left and move toward the right, performing these two operations in order. So, first we do the division between 64 and 8, and this expression simplified to 5 squared minus 8 times 2 inside the parentheses, then divided by 2 squared. And the next step, we handle the multiplication between 8 and 2, and this expression simplified to 5 squared minus 16 divided by 2 squared. Next, it's time to handle the exponents, because according to the PEMDAS rule, after parentheses, exponent has a higher priority than the other operations. So, we can write this expression as 25 minus 16 divided by 4. In the final step, we perform the division between 16 and 4 because division has a higher priority than subtraction. So, this expression simplified to 25 minus 4, which finally gives us the answer 21. That's great. Option B is the correct answer to this question.